Right now, a massive segment of the developer community is drowning. They are buried under Python frameworks, tangled in LangChain wrappers, and bleeding cache across a dozen different API subscriptions. The drive behind all this chaos is usually ego. There is a deep, almost obsessive desire to hand code the ultimate custom AI agent from scratch. Look at this flowchart. When you try to build your own orchestration layer, you end up manually routing every node, debugging endless connection errors, and paying a premium for every single API call that pings back and forth until the whole system inevitably catches fire. And then the fatal flaw hits. The moment the underlying language model receives a major update, that entire brittle custom codebase shatters, and you have to start over. Tech hustlers are spending fortunes and hundreds of hours building highly fragile rocket ships just to cross the street. They completely miss the actual job to be done. Contrast that chaos with the companies actually making the frontier models, like Anthropic. They are operating multi-billion-dollar labs filled with pristine supercomputing hardware. A single developer writing custom Python wrappers on a laptop is not going to outcompete a giant AI company's core product team. When Anthropic updates their native desktop application, they instantly render most of those third-party orchestration layers completely obsolete. There is a significantly simpler, zero-code way to achieve the exact same workflow, using just Claude's Cowork feature for a flat monthly fee. Instead of competing with these multi-billion-dollar labs, we need to ask what the actual job to be done is. If the goal is creating value, we have to look at the simplest way to get there. The entire alternative workflow lives right here, just a perfectly organized folder sitting on a simple computer desktop. The underlying concept is what we call the folder thesis. Claude's massive vector space already contains the technical knowledge required to do the work. Your only job is to provide the exact coordinates to find your specific data. This diagram shows the ideal structure. At the center is a markdown file, the Claude MD. This master index prevents the AI from wasting tokens blindly searching directories. From there, you dump chaotic inputs, transcripts, audio notes, ideas into a source material folder. Because Claude has that explicit roadmap, it can independently read the index, navigate the subfolders, and execute tasks without a single line of Python routing its behavior. Replacing a tangled codebase with a highly structured map gives you incredible leverage. You stop acting as a programmer and step into the role of a pure operator. But having a map isn't enough if your instructions are a mess. The most common error operators make is mega prompting, cramming every tone, rule, and formatting constraint into one massive, confusing text block. To fix this, we borrow a software engineering concept called separation of concerns. We fracture the AI's instructions into 3 distinct, separate markdown files. The first constraint file strictly handles your brand's personality. It dictates how you sound, your specific tone, and how you teach concepts, ensuring consistency. The second file controls formatting and structural patterns. It teaches the AI the difference between pacing a YouTube tutorial and scripting an Instagram reel. The third is a strict never do this constraint list. This explicitly bans robotic phrasing, bullet point obsessions, and cliché patterns that give away AI writing. The workflow becomes seamless. Drop a single idea into the folder, and Claude instantly cross-references all 3 constraint files to generate content that actually sounds like you. This compartmentalized structure gives you control over each variable independently. You can update a specific constraint or swap a style file without rebuilding the entire system, keeping your results consistent even as you increase your output. To see why this approach matters, we have to look outside of software entirely, back to the early days of Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola did not invent refrigeration technology. They never spent their resources trying to engineer a better mechanical cooling coil from scratch. They simply leveraged the existing underlying technology built by others to deliver an ice-cold version of their actual product directly to the consumer. This translates directed to your AI strategy. Stop wasting hundreds of hours trying to build and sell bespoke AI agents. Instead, build a business that utilizes the existing frontier AI models more effectively and efficiently than anyone else in your market. The ultimate benefit of the folder system is longevity. As Anthropic continues to upgrade Claude, Your deeply organized workflow automatically gets smarter, completely for free. The smartest players in this space are no longer writing code. They are organizing context. Ditch the Python frameworks, start organizing your folders, and focus on